Number 1, talk and share with people. Number 2, accept where you are now, know that it can change. Number 3, get out of bed today, dress, wash, make your bed. Number 4, avoid social media and get some space. Number 5, take control of self-indulgent wallowing. Don't wallow, and if you do, damage control, limit it. Number 6, don't succumb to alcohol or substances. Number 7, take charge of your physical well-being, which means get active, eat well and rest. Number 8, think about yourself and what you want to do. It's not mean, it's not selfish, think about yourself. Number 9, forget about any expectations, yours and others. How you deal, how you react, that's you. We're all totally unique human beings. Forget expectations. And number 10, calm and focus your mind. Be present. Stay busy. Meditation, visualizations can help with that. Hello there, Bradley from B-Rad TV here. Bit of a departure from some of my normal videos, but this is one I feel I have got to make. I'm going to talk about how to get over an ex, heartbreak, relationship, loss, and deal with grief. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist. If you're going through problems and it's triggered other mental health things for you, speak to a doctor or a medical professional. These are just things that I did in the past and I'm now going to have to utilise now, potentially, to move forward with my life. Let's get straight into it. If you're watching this, you're going through a tough time, breakup, heartbreak, on the receiving end of a breakup, so it's not you doing it. So for me, it wasn't my decision, it was a complete shock, so that's why it's a bit of a big hit. The thing with a serious breakup is that you are mourning the loss of a loved one. This person you loved, thought loved you, that's gone. It is grief. It is mourning the loss of a loved one. So don't think you can't be upset or you can't be in pain. This is grief that I'm dealing with, you could be dealing with. But you're here, you're watching this, and you're thinking about your future. That's good. And if I can sit here and get through making this video, you can get through watching it, and maybe something in your brain will click or you'll get an idea. It's not going to be magic. Oh no, this is going to be a journey. But hey, I'm going on it again. Okay, first time I've actually made a list for a YouTube thing, because there's 10 points here I want to get out and I want to make sure I don't forget anything. And some of the things on this list, even if you're not going through a relationship breakup necessarily, if other things in your life have gone wrong and you're really at a low, some of the things on this list might apply to that and help you as well. Number 1 is talk to someone. You're not alone. Even now I'm talking to the camera, it's sort of helping me. Share. Family, friends, helplines. I've called the Samaritans a lot in my life just to share. Sharing is good. You never know what they're going to say to you, and just unloading as well is fantastic. So talk. Number 2, know that it sucks right now, but it can change. I know how low I've been in the past, and then I know how high I've been in the past as well. It sucks right now, but it can change. I know something from a motivational video, always remember, it might last a minute, it might last an hour, it might last a year, but eventually pain can subside and something else will take its place. It can change. Number 3, get out of bed, shower and dress. It depends on how hard it hits you, I guess, if these things are applying to you. But if you're stuck in bed, you need to get out of bed, you need to shower. The first thing I did when it happened, I hadn't even eaten breakfast, I sort of went on autopilot. I went straight out, I went to a barber's around the corner and I just got my hair trimmed, my beard trimmed, I just got that done. But it was something to make me get out of bed and put clothes on. And on that train of thought, make your bed. There's that video going around recently, you've seen a lot of the Admiral in the army talking about making your bed, because it's a little feat you accomplish at the beginning of the day. Then you move on to the next task and accomplish that, and then you come home to a made bed. But particularly with, say, breakups or depression, anything like that, if you've made a little nest in your bed and you've got it all curled up here in a ball, you might be wandering around your room morose, not knowing what to do. You see this little nest you've made, you're just going to get into it. So I'd say make your bed to stop yourself getting back into it. It'll be like a little mental block. I'm not getting in the bed, I've made it. That's for going to sleep in the evening. So get out of bed, wash, shower, dress, make your bed, get up and go today. Now number 4 can vary depending on the situation, like if there's marriage, divorce, kids houses involve things like that, so I'm not there, but it could be quite tough. But from my experience, I'm just going to say this next one: get some space, or as much space as you can. Avoid social media. I mean, I don't have Facebook now, but in the past I did, and that was killer. So get some space. Physically, space, obviously. Being around each other wouldn't be good, I don't think, and lower the contact. I mean, you don't want to be callous and rude and heartless for no reason, but some people, I know for me, I've had to be tough with myself and sort of say, I've got to limit this contact at the moment. I can't do it, because any messages or any contact like that, there's still this little hope in your brain, and it's not like a friendship thing, it's still like a loving relationship in the back of my mind. So space. Maybe in the future you can get there, you can be friends, you'll have contact, but initially, when it's raw, bit of distance. Number 5, take control of self-indulgent wallowing. Now, you're going to cry. Well, you might cry, you might not. Don't be afraid to. That gets onto a point later on. But self-indulgent wallowing, putting on sad music, looking at photos of you happy together as a couple, that is not good for you. That is wallowing, and it is just going to drag you down into a hole. And it's really just awful. Now, in the past, when my first big breakup, whatever, years ago, I did that, and it probably prolonged my sadness, made it worse, whatever. But eventually I sort of took control of it. And how I did that, it's going to sound really stupid, but I looked at it like a problem. I had to get out in the day and do things, but I couldn't function and do things, so I was so distraught, and I was like crying and all upset and boo-hoo, whatever. So I gave myself, I think it started off as an hour in the morning and an hour at night, where I let myself wallow, and I think it moved eventually then to half an hour in the morning and at night, and then to 20 minutes in the day, and then nothing at all. This is over a period of time. But I mean, in that hour, I actually said, right, I can wake up, I can cry, I'm going to look at photos, I'm going to put sad music, I'm going to force myself to cry and feel awful for an hour, but then I'm not allowed to. And then even later in the evening, I could even, if sick, I'd even look forward to it. I'd look forward to looking at those pictures, and that motivated me to get through the day in some weird way. Obviously, I thought there was probably hope for the relationship there, but it meant I got on with the day. So, was it 14 hours maybe in between? I was awake and I could get on with my life just because I limited it. And then before long, I even forgot when it happened. I just stopped doing it because I didn't need it. That's damage control. Now, if you're not doing it, fantastic. If you're strong enough to not do it, that is the best. But if you can't, and I say at the moment, I'm not doing it because I know and I've been there. But if you can't stop yourself having a bit of a wallow, sitting there fantasising about, oh, what if you can't stop that, give yourself a set time to do it in. And then, who knows, before long, it could stop. Number 6, don't succumb to alcohol or substances. Now, this is a big one. I'm saying they're all big ones. This is literally my serious guide. Alcohol will mess you up. It will drag you down. I don't know about drugs, but I don't think illegal substances would do you any good either. And if you get seriously drunk, you can do stupid things you might regret. And you might just say ruin your life on one drunken thing. You never know. Drink. Say when this happened, this recent thing, I said, right, I know that, say I like going out with my friends, I have a drink, whatever. To stop myself getting drunk, I bought beer because I thought, well, spirits you can put away a lot of. So I just got, like, I think it was 8 beers, and I said, right, the first night it happened, I just sat there, had some beers, tried watching a movie, I couldn't concentrate, but I got it out of my system, and I did it. And now there's no thing in my brain thinking, oh, I want to drink, I want to turn to alcohol. But say I'm 31, not my first breakup, so I'm experienced. If you're inexperienced and it hits you, you can fall back on drink. I'm going to tell you now as an alarm bell, that's not good. You're going to waste money, you're going to damage your body, you're going to damage your mind, it's going to slow you down, it's going to make it 10 times worse, 1,000,000 times worse, I don't know. Do not succumb to alcohol or substances. Leads me to my next one. Number 7, take charge of your physical well-being. That means physically, what you're doing, exercise, and what you're putting in your body, fuel. Get some fruit and veg out. You can't eat. My appetite's gone these last few days. All I've been having is smoothies and grapes, pretty much, but it's something. It's sugar to keep me going. I've got no appetite for making food, anything, so get some sugars in you, get some healthy food in you. And the gym is so good. Exercise and working out is so good. As soon as I'm sorted in my new place and unpacked, I'm going to join a new gym and I'm going to get back on it. If you haven't joined a gym before, it might seem daunting, but just get out of the house and go for a walk then. Stay physically active, don't get sedentary. The endorphins it releases, everything, it's good for you, and it's good for your mind as well. If you accomplish a workout, you feel good with yourself. Like even now, I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself. I know I love the gym, I know when I get back into it, I'm gonna feel good with it. So take charge of your physical well-being. Exercise, eat well, drink lots of water, sleep, look after yourself. Number 8, time to get a bit selfish and think about yourself. What do you want to do? Forget everyone else. What do you want to do? What are you looking forward to? What do you like? What I did that years ago, that sort of propelled me onto my acting, writing, it got my YouTube started. I started taking the gym more seriously. Figure out what you want to do. What do you want to go? What are you looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the Avengers film at the end of the month. I'm going to see Rammstein in July. Rammstein got a new album in May. I'm excited for that. Look, I'm smiling, thinking about it. It's so bizarre. I'm thinking about things I'm looking forward to. I wanted to get a motorbike. I always wanted to. Even before the breakup, I was thinking about it more and more and more. I started looking into the reality of it and how to do it. And I know that's something I'm going to look into. It might not be for me if I do a couple of tester things and sit on a bike. I might hate it. But at the back of my mind, I'm buzzing at the thought of doing that. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Get selfish. Think about what you want from life, what you enjoy and where you want to go. Number 9, forget about expectations. Yours and other people's. There is no saying how you're going to react in a breakup. I wish you could just click your fingers and move on. But even then, you see, I feel guilty about moving on. Even though it's what people would want and it's what's good for me, I feel guilty because in your brain, if you're still in love, you don't want to. So of course you're going to beat yourself up about that. And a guy as well, I think 30-year-old guy, gym, beard, oh you're crying. I really don't care. I've cried in front of my family, in public, co-workers. I'm not proud of it, I'm not ashamed of it either. It's just it's what happens. You are human, you don't know how you're going to react. For me, crying and talking, it can get it out in a big way. I mean, I've cried in the past, I mean like seriously, like into a pillow. Like when that first breakup years ago, I didn't know it's possible for a human being to cry like that. I mean, facing a pillow, wailing, sobbing like snot, your throat's dry, your eyes literally like shattered. Unbelievable. An expectation of a man in his mid-20s to do anything like that? No, it's like you go out to a strip club, you do this, you do that. Forget expectations. You're going to react how you're going to react. Don't beat yourself up about that. There's no rule, there's no guidebook, even though I'm trying to lay out some points here. You never know what's going to happen, so forget any sort of expectations. Number 10 is to calm and focus your mind. Meditation and visualizations help. If you watch my earlier videos, I am a giant hippie. So meditation really helps. There's so many guided ones on YouTube. Be careful with some of them, obviously anything you're consuming on the internet, but guided meditations can really calm your mind a lot. And focusing your mind, just staying busy. Like me now making this video, I was like, I'm not going to sit here and cry. I'm going to do this video that I thought about making years ago, but I didn't want to. I didn't feel confident enough. I thought that, oh, I'm just a kid who's gone through a breakup, no one's going to listen to me, it doesn't matter. But I've got, well, experiences I can share, and if out of my pain and my rubbish, if something good can come of that, then yeah. You're keeping busy, you're keeping your mind focused on something, you're present in the moment, that's when you can move forward. Because if you sit there and dwell, your mind is just going to torture you. It's horrible. And visualizations, you know, some of the positive thinking things, thinking about glowing colours and lights and all this far out stuff. I'll give you one that, now I think I invented this myself, but if someone else has, if I've heard this on a YouTube video years ago and forgotten, I apologise and I'll credit that in like a link or something. But one that, I did myself before bed, I would always do before bed, and I found it really helped. I would imagine myself walking into a little wood cabin in the mountains. I walk into this wood cabin, there's a nice roaring fire there, nice comfy armchair. Above the fireplace is a mantelpiece. On this mantelpiece is a series of ornaments, and each little ornament would be an emotion that I was feeling to do with this breakup or the situation I was in. And they were sort of like just weird melty Play-Doh shapes that could resemble like a little clock or a little like lamp or like a little phone or something, just objects, but there's just no real form, even though I could pick them up. But these objects, ornaments, would be on the mantelpiece. Different colours for different emotions. Red for anger. I think for some reason love was like yellow, then there was like a black tar for like any sort of depression or any sort of real outside of the relationship energy I had sucked out of me. I think blue was for like spiritual damage or something, or any I felt like in my soul I'd done wrong. And I had a little box, and what I would do, I would hold the ornament, and I would just really force myself to feel all the emotions to do with whichever emotion I was picking off the shelf, and I'd put it in the box and let it go as I put it in the box. I'd then do the next one. All of this is slow, I'm breathing deep, and sometimes I'd fall asleep in the middle of this, but I'd be talking myself through this as I'm going to sleep. Get them all off the shelf, put them in this box, and then, hilarious now, there'd be a little trapdoor at the side that, forget the physics of this if the house is on the ground, I'd put this through the trapdoor, and then this box with all those emotions in would go into a cannon, huge sort of military style cannon next to my little house here in the mountains, and it'd blast it over the mountains, and as it came out of the cannon it would just turn to dust. It would like fly off into the distance, and it would just turn to dust and disappear as it did. And I just let all those emotions go as I was trying to sleep, and then I would sit in the armchair, and then from when I was then sitting in the armchair I could then drift off into another guided meditation or try and just let myself sleep. That might be too far out for you, and you might be looking at me like I'm a nutter, but simple visualization really to sort of get the emotions out of you. If you're in bed and your mind is racing around, you're just laying there going, oh God, it's just going over and over in your head. I found that to be really, really effective. Oh, my throat is dry, but I've done it. Number 1, talk and share with people. Number 2, accept where you are now, know that it can change. Number 3, get out of bed today, dress, wash, make your bed. Number 4, avoid social media and get some space. Number 5, take control of self-indulgent wallowing. Don't wallow, and if you do, damage control, limit it. Number 6, don't succumb to alcohol or substances. Number 7, take charge of your physical well-being, which means get active, eat well and rest. Number 8, think about yourself and what you want to do. It's not mean, it's not selfish. Think about yourself. Number 9, forget about any expectations, yours and others. How you deal, how you react, that's you. We're all totally unique human beings. Forget expectations. And number 10, calm and focus your mind. Be present, stay busy, and meditation, visualizations can help with that. Wow, that's something I've accomplished for the day, doing that. And if you've watched this, you've accomplished something too, watching it and thinking about yourself and your future. Just by watching that and thinking you're trying to get over, you're trying to help yourself, well, you're not alone. Man, you can watch my YouTube videos. I'm a gym guy, I've got books I sell, I'm a writer, I travel around, I do all sorts. But then this is just something is just beyond your control. But I'm still here. Yeah, okay, you take really good care of yourselves. You're gonna get through this. Okay? I'm gonna get through this. Stay with me, stay with us here. I wish you all the love, care, support, hope, energy I possibly can in these trying times. These trying times that will pass. There's hope, life, energy and fun out there, life to be had. Look after yourselves, take good care of yourselves and be rad.